So this is the new Kevyn Aucoin True Feather Brow Marker Gel Duo. I've been using this. I've used it at least 3 or 4 times. I normally don't do my brows on camera because they take me a second, and they're just, I mean, I just enjoy doing them so much that I kind of just like to sit here and draw little hairs. So that's just a spoolie that I'm using. And then I just kind of pull this through, and it's so light. It's so feathery. That's in the name. So if I have any sparse spots, I just kind of pull that through, and it's just so light and fluffy. I'm using the shade Dark Brunette. I haven't used the gel side. I'm more of a soap girl. I feel like soap is just so soft. I will use the gel. I'm looking for the lid. I will use the gel and let you guys know, but so far, honestly, I was using the one from NYX, and it can be a little more aggressive, a little darker. If you want to try a brow marker, brow pen, try this one. It's so soft and so easy. But I know that one's going to be more pricey. I wanted to give y'all a dupe. This one, I'm talking, she's a close second. I'm talking just a close second. This is the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen, and the shade Ash Brown is almost identical to the shade Dark Brunette. So there's a little dupe for you. Okay, so we're going to start with clean canvas. I'm just going to grab the shade Medium today, since we're just going to be doing neutral tones. We can do this one. It's going to be a little bit more warm, but we're going to be using warm tones. Like I said, I wanted to use something that's really flattering on everyone. And I'm using my Anissa Beauty eye treatment brush. They are actually doing buy one get one right now. What the heck? Buy one get one. Head on over there and do a little shopping. Swipe up. Okay, so this palette was on my vanity, and she's pretty. I wanted to use it. This one is the Pat McGrath, the Mothership. This is the 8 Divine Rose 2. I'll write it down. So I'm going to grab this shade right here, and I'm using a Scott Barnes 61. And we're just going to start to press that through here. I want to do neutrals, but I like the idea of rosy neutrals, which are still warm toned. So we'll just kind of push that back and forth through here. Okay, so now we're just taking the same Scott Barnes brush, and with whatever's left, we'll just kind of start to diffuse this top part. Notice that I'm just going to tap back and forth. Then I'm going to relax my eye and kind of see where I want to shade. I don't want to shade as much over here, but I like to shade over here. That's where we're going to add that lift. Okay, now we're using the same brush, and we're going to pick up this dark shade right here. Kind of really load that onto the brush. The reason why is because I'm going to be pressing this. Let's tap that in just a little bit right there. I'm going to be pressing the brush pretty heavily through here. So we want to pack most of the color right here on the outer part of the lid. And then from there, we can just start to kind of bring it up into here. But focusing it most on the outer part of the lid. Before you bring it in here, you're going to have more control. And it's going to give you that depth. So now I'm just going to grab a cream colored eyeshadow, any cream colored eyeshadow. This one doesn't have one, so I just had to reach over and grab one. I'm sure most of us have that. And we'll just tap this on the brow bone just to kind of finish this off. I did wipe my brush off. It is going to be stained from the pigments, you can see. Not permanently stained, but you're still going to see a little bit of that, but it won't mess with what we're doing through here. So just kind of pull that back and forth. So they will tap and pull. We're definitely not doing a cut crease. I'm sure that y'all are like waiting on that. We're not going to do that. But what I am going to do is I took whatever base is left here in my eye treatment brush, and I'm just going to tap this to about right there. Actually, where the actual fold of my eye is. So you can see that if I was going to do a cut crease, I would bring it up to about right here. Where's pointy? I swear this cracks me up every time I get it out, but we're educating. So you can see that the natural fold of my eye, I didn't take the eyeshadow base out of that. I kind of just want it to be a little hint of lightness right through here. I don't want to bring it up. You guys can see it a little bit better. If I was to bring it up to about right there, that would turn it into a cut crease. But I want it to just kind of, when I look straight on, just kind of be a little bit bright. I'm also going to make this matte, because if you do an entirely matte eye and then pop that shimmer on top, it's going to change your makeup life. So So now we're actually just going to grab a little bit of this shade. This is the Rare Beauty eyeshadow brush. I love it. It's cute. It's practical. It's amazing. I really think you guys should add it to your collection. And I'm actually just going to tap this right on top of this face. And I'm just going to press that in. But what I want to do is I want to lighten it a little bit, but I want it to stay in the same palette. But what I'm going to do, just to kind of lighten it, is I'm just going to grab a white eyeshadow. Most of us have a white eyeshadow. And if you just do this, it's just going to lighten, but stay in that kind of rosy color family. I'm picking up a little bit more of that dark shade. Just continue to layer this, kind of see where I'm going. By now it's set, so if we want to drag it over into here, we can. I am using a very light touch. Grab a little bit more of the white and just tap that right through there. All right, smoky liner is winning. I'm gonna grab my favorite. Safe to say I need a restock. She's very tiny. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're not even gonna worry about sharpening it. It doesn't matter. I'm actually gonna start, if you guys can see, I really wanna show you. So instead of going out this way, which is what normally we do, I feel that that's just our first instinct. I'm going to take this and I'm actually going to go from here up. I know you can see that line. See, that's already going to add so much more lift. You can see it there. And even if your eye is hooded, check that out. She's peeking through. She's living her best life. And it's going to be very smoky, so you don't have to worry about it looking funky. Now I'm going to go ahead and connect. And from here, I'm just going to switch it around and just really start to smoke it out. And kind of pull it upwards. It really is that simple. And then just if you feel something's not right, you're thinking, wow, this doesn't look perfect, it's not going to, just keep smoking it. So now we're gonna switch to a MAC 228. Look at the lift on my eye there. Oh, she's lifted. We're gonna grab this shade right here, the darkest shade from the palette. And I'm just gonna start to tap that right on top of our liner. Just kind of press it in there, and that'll just make sure it pulls the same tones. And then don't worry about under here, we're going to clean up that. Don't even worry about that. I'm just taking micellar water here on a concealer brush. I just poured out the micellar water there, and we'll just kind of go. I like to relax my eye because sometimes I'll be like this and then it'll be a crooked mess. Just kind of relax your eye and just clean up under there. Wipe off any excess. Where's Sheila? There she is. Grab a little bit more and then just continue to do that until it looks like this guy over here. Now with whatever's left on my brush, my MAC 228S, we're just going to pull it this way, very smoky. But I do want to keep it thinner than the outer part, so just kind of pull it that way. Alright, we're going to grab one of the lashes from here. By the way, they gave me a discount code. It's going to be Rose 10. Very sweet of them. So, which ones? Let's do this one. Let's do the smaller ones because I don't want to hide any of this beautiful eyeshadow. Plus, we're going to do the shimmer in a little while. I'm grabbing the ones that are in the style Morning. So we have one of the lashes on. I've already worn these once and I did trim them so they fit my eye really nicely. But I do like to kind of set it in the middle, and then from there I kind of grab the ends and I put them a little above my lash line, and what that does is it adds a lot of lift to the eye. It's kind of a newer lash technique that I've been doing, so I feel like I'm going to need to film that. On color correcting. That's going to be on my IGTV under the Basic series. If you have not seen that, you gotta watch it. I just ate a donut hole. It's delicious. I'm going to be using one of my new favorites. This is it. This is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting Foundation. And this is the little sample they sent over. I'm going to try out the shade 150 Lace. I love the other shade Linen. But I wanted to try this one because I feel like it is so neutral. I mean, that already looks so good. Let's try it that much, but I'm also going to grab... Where'd it go? Hang on. I forgot I was going to film this side, so I'm going to scoop that and put it over here. You can kind of see that it's very pigmented, so a little bit goes a very long way. That's going to cover our entire face. Somewhere in the chaos is my foundation brush. There it is. Just cleaned it. And I'm going to start to press this in. Ooh, that match. that match. I'm telling y'all. And look how that covers. And if we need to build it, we can. But I'm just gonna let y'all know this is one of my new favorites. I'm gonna grab this Shiseido concealer. This is the Synchro Skin for self-refreshing. And we'll just do a little bit. Just kind of through here, just to lift. Through here to lift. A little above here to lift. For real lifty. So we definitely want a pink powder today, even though pink powder has hardly any pigment. It's still going to really tie in all of these pinky tones that we have going on here. So I'm just going to press that in with my little puff here from Amazon. Okay, so now I'm going to grab this little duo here from NARS. It's called the Claudette Blush Duo. So beautiful. I've been meaning to use this and I just found it on my vanity. So we're just going to start to work that color in. We're going in with the bronzer first. And another reason I picked this is this seems to have a lot of red in it. Again, keeping with these red tones, even if we look for bronzers with a little bit more red, it's just going to tie everything together. I know when we think red, we think of the primary color red, but that doesn't necessarily have to be the case with your makeup. So now we're going to grab the blush side. So pretty. And instead of applying it through here, I'm actually just going to apply it here just to kind of continue with that lifted eye look that we have going on here. I'm kind of going right on top of my cheekbone, but not quite all the way underneath my eye, so about right there. So now I'm going to grab this Artist Color pencil in the shade Free Burgundy. This is going to be our waterline. Oh, that's the spice. Now, did you think for 1 second Rose was not going to hop into this shade somehow, some way? I wanted to keep this matte, you'll see why. But underneath here, let's just pop this amazing color. This is one of the coolest colors I've ever seen. This color is why I bought the palette. And we'll just kind of push that underneath there. I wanted extremely bright and pigmented. So I'm going to do 2 layers of that. But, I mean, there it is. Goodness. I went absolutely feral and I just kind of double winged it. You do not have to do that. I do not expect that in tomorrow's tutorial. I swear I sit down and I have good intentions. I have simple ideas, but I get over here and my creativity just gets out of control. I love makeup so much. I can't help it. I'm going to grab a MAC 228 and we're going to grab this shade. It actually has a lot of pink in it. And this is going to be our inner corner. You can see how pink it will go there. And we'll just kind of press that in. Notice that I'm kind of tapping and then pulling. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this. This is in Makeup Forever. These are the Rouge Artist, and this is Untamed Fire. Very classic red, very almost identical to my shirt. So we're just gonna put this on in the center. That's so pretty. Oh my goodness. Just kind of focus it in the center for now. So we're gonna look absolutely outrageous, but this is gonna be so blended and so beautiful. I'm gonna grab this Artist Color pencil again, the same one that I used on my waterline. This is Free Burgundy. And I'm just gonna start to kind of mix it in with the red and define my lip line. And as we do this, it's going to blend itself. So I'm not quite done, but you can see that it's not the frightening Crayola mess it once was. So just kind of keep shading. So I'm going to add a little bit of this Makeup Forever. There's not too much shift to it. It's basically just pink and white. So I wanted one that was just pink and white. So this is the Makeup Forever. These are the Starlit Diamond Powders. This is the shade 111. I'm just going to pick that up on this Scott Barnes brush. And all I'm going to do is just tap it. Because we don't want to lose that matte, but we want to add some spice. All right, I'm going to finish the other eye in just a second. I'm actually going to put a little bit more on, but I wanted to film a reel. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I mean, are we spicy? We are Valentine's Day spicy. I cannot wait to see your recreations. This is just such a good shape for hooded eyes because no matter what, no matter how rested our eyes are or how hooded, we still have that lift. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling you. I love you guys. Make sure you post the pictures of your recreation to your page. You can tag me and use the hashtag Rosenden. Go. I can't wait to see them. Go do it now. I'll be waiting. I'm literally going to be refreshing. I love you guys.